Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally back up. Had some technical difficulties there, but we're back. The culprit was actually pretty simple, and I just wasn't seeing it. Evidently, I had a Chrome browser window that was minimized. I had like 4 Chrome browser windows open, and one of them was minimized and happened to have the DeadlyDads stream open and not muted. So I was sending out the sound and getting back the sound from the stream, and then sending out that sound and then getting that back, and it just was like this endless loop that was getting louder and louder and louder and making it completely unwashable. So anyway, we're gonna get to some Hearthstone, and after that debacle, I'm gonna have to do something that's just absolutely fun and abnormal to get my mind off of it. If you're watching the stream, I have done some sound adjustments, rerouting some stuff through my mixer to see if it can sound better. I'm also getting a music stream from a different device, and that's going into the mixer as well. The only problem with that is, in order to hear the music from the other device from the mixer, I also have to hear what's coming from the mic, and what's coming from the mic is slightly delayed from what I'm actually saying. So I'm hearing a delayed version of myself in my headphones, and it's kind of screwing me up a little bit. It's causing me to have to speak a little bit slower, a little bit more distinct, because I found that if I speak faster, because of this delay thing, I start slurring my words. And it's not because I'm drunk yet. Anyway, I probably should turn on some system sounds so you can, game sounds, not system sounds, so you can hear the game. Joe, if you're watching, and I'm not sure if you are or not, can you please report to me what the blend of audio is? Is the music too loud over my voice? Is the game sounds too quiet comparatively? I want the game sounds to be heard very well. I want my voice to be heard very well. And then in the background, I'd like some music that I can turn up if I want to. But I don't want the music to be loud enough to be so distracting that you can't really pay attention to what I'm saying. It's going to take probably a few streams on my end to actually get everything perfectly to where I feel like, okay, the potentiometer on my mixer has to be exactly right here for the music to be perfectly in the background, and the potentiometer for the microphone has to be exactly right here for it to be not too loud, not getting distorted, not too quiet, whatever. And then the potentiometer for the background music has to be exactly right here if I want to turn it up for when I'm AFK. Oh, my Twitch chat has... which Twitch chat? Is it my personal channel or the Deadly Dads? That's something else I'm going to have to take into consideration with this. Let's see, Twitch. Let's make sure that this is muted. Mute. Okay, I've got my stream chat and the Deadly Dads chat open right now. I'll have to switch back and forth with them in tabs and stuff. But you'll probably have to repeat whatever you typed because I just loaded in, so I don't see what the older stuff is. Adjust the camera too. There we go. Yep, I can see you. I just saw that you were typing in my channel. So it sounds good right now. The music's not too loud. I'm gonna play a game with. How about we do the Jade Rogue, and we're gonna test and see if the game sounds or soft, loud, whatever. Mic sounds good. I gotta slightly take one headphone off of my ear just so I can kind of hear my own voice in real time so it doesn't screw me up. I almost feel like the game sounds have to be a little tiny bit louder.
None can escape
what do you
my
think?
fury.
Guess it would help to actually show Hearthstone, so you're not just looking at me. Alright, so this is a deck that I posted on Hearthstone, I want to say back in Gadget Zan release. I call it the Mill Jade Rogue OTK. There's 3 possible win conditions with this deck, and I brought it out of retirement recently because I really love this deck. I love Mill Rogue. I know a lot of people don't like Mill Rogue, but I started loving Mill Rogue after I saw Ryzen playing it back in the day before he started playing a bunch of Gwent and Path of Exile. He was the Rogue master at Hearthstone. All he played all day long was Rogue. That's all he did.
So
He didn't really
many
care about
options.
other classes or anything like that. And one of his specialties, back when it was a thing, was Milrogue, and he was a master at that. He had the calculations down for exactly how many cards the person had to draw for lethal, and sometimes it was like right on the money, right on point. But he was perfect at it. So anyway, then the Jade stuff came out, and I thought, I wonder if I could combine the two, because Jade is it's control, but it's also control in the sense that it's a little bit more. We're gonna pass the turn here, I think. It's control in the sense that it's less passive control than Milrogue is. Milrogue is very passive. It's like, I'm just gonna try to, push stuff back into your hand. I'm gonna try to eliminate what you have without really playing much of anything myself until I can start drawing cards like crazy with the Cold Light. And what he's playing is the Cold Light, which is only a 2/2, so it's not really that great for actual board control.
I wonder.
So anyway, Jade is better at the active control, especially once it gets to mid-game. And so I thought, well, I could do that and combine that with Milrogue. And while I was at it, at the time, there was I kind of want to draw Cold Light here, but we have no way to pull it back unless we actually draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I play Bran, I'll have 7 next turn. Then I can draw Cold Light, Coin, and Gang Up. And not overdraw, but he would. Okay, it might be worth it to Bran here. There's also a third win condition to this deck. And that is a possible, but very low chance, OTK. But there is a possibility to OTK with this deck, and it is with using Bran, Shadow Step, Leper Gnome, and the Unearthed Raptors. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. Oh, game sound is too loud. Sorry. Alright, let's turn it down a little bit.
Your opponent left.
Okay, well, I guess we won. Alright. Something else I forgot to do here. I need to bring up my deck tracker so you can actually see the deck. It makes the screen a little bit weird. I'm going to concentrate on Yasar Rage right now because my deck tracker is loading. There we go. Alright, so anyway, we're going to start another game and actually try to play here, or have an opponent play against us. Glad I got those technical issues taken care of. That was really frustrating. Man. Anytime you see a warrior these days, anytime I saw a warrior before the age of Pirate Warrior, I was happy because I knew that would mean I would be playing a control game against a control opponent, which I love. I love playing control games, even if I lose, because it feels like you're kind of playing a chess match, and you're kind of going back and forth, trying to outsmart the opponent, bait them into playing something that maybe they don't want to play, or checking to see if they have something in their hand that, like a removal or something like that. When you're against aggro, it's just like you're backpedaling the entire time. You're not, at least I'm not, really enjoying myself because it's all about like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap,
Job's done.
I'm getting hit in the face and the person is completely ignoring my minions, not trying to control anything, and most of the time I barely have any ability to control what's on the board because what's coming on the board is too quick. This might actually be control. 07 Taunt. Taunt Warrior? Okay, so you can see the deck on here now. See if we can make this a bit bigger. Deck tracker. Oh, I'd have to make it bigger in the game, I guess. I mean, in the deck tracker. That's fine. I think we're gonna pull out.
Think.
Our first Jade here. We gotta take care of this armor smith because this taunt will gain him a crap ton of armor with a 1/1 hitting it every turn. And I'm thinking if he's got a 07 taunt, he probably has that card, which I can't think of the name of it right now, but he has that card that gives a damaged minion +3/+3. So we're gonna save our sap for that after he buffs it. Still can't Cold Light because if I don't pull a Shadow Step on the 2-card draw, then he would kill the Cold Light before I could gang it up. Oh, something else about this deck, I guess. It's pretty obvious.
Justice is
Since there are
mine.
3 win conditions, you kind of have to pick which win condition you're going to use towards the very beginning of the game and go for that, because if you just kind of are wishy-washy about where you're going with it, then more than likely you'll lose. So what I like to do is try to determine in the first 2 to 3 turns what the opponent's deck is, and then switch my win condition or switch my strategy for win condition
Do you have the
immediately.
artifact?
And go with that the entire rest of the game and not worry about the other 2 win conditions. We still have 2 possibilities here. We can go for the mill win condition, which looks like that's what the cards that we got in hand, so mill is looking like a huge viability. Most of the time the Jade actually wins the game for me, not the mill. There's an Unearth Raptor. Nearly never the OTK wins. I'm always hopeful that I'll get the OTK, but most of the time I go for the Jade win condition by dropping these Jade Swarmers, and then oh man, that sucks. Then keep the Jade Swarmers stealthed and gang up one of the Jade Swarmers and build up Jades that way, and also Unearth Raptor the yeah, he got real scared about that. See, that is why you wait until you can immediately gang up a Cold Light. See, now he's going to be going hardcore face. So we have a way to eliminate this board. We don't want to sap either one because we've got the health down on this pretty far. We're going to have to forego our Jade Golem Actually, no, we could eviscerate the 0-3, ram our face into it, and then Jade Golem and have a 3-3 on board. That's probably the better option. And then we can re-weapon up. Joe, did I fix the game sound? Is it at least a little quieter?
Swiftly. Think.
Forgot to hit the end turn button. My bad, dude. Not trying to BM you. Wow, a shield slam into a 3-3? I don't know, dude. Not the best decision. I'm fully committing to the mill thing here.
Justice is mine.
We got the mill cards and we don't have the jade cards. So no gang ups on the Jade Swarmers. We have one Jade Swarmer left, so we gotta hit an Unearthed Raptor on it as soon as we drop it. I think we draw first. Ooh, that's why we draw first. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Still a little too loud. All right. Let's put a big threat out there. Probably gonna have to save our shadow steps for the anti-heal bot. Yeah, because he's gonna. Wish I could get a backstab going. That's alright. At the very least, we can pull out some jade, you know?
Justice is mine.
Sap is useless on that minion. Blood Mage backstab would have been really nice that last turn.
Minions, servants,
Holy crap.
soldiers of the cold dark.
That's why we say the assassin. Wait. He's got 7 cards? We might be able to double. No, we can't. 7, 8. We could shadow step. Okay, let's try that. Yep, got the shadow step. Alright, so good. That means we can, now that he has a full hand, we can sap the
My
Scalpel God
hand is full.
to destroy it. And then, how about we mill some more cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably mill some more cards. We'll do that.
Justice is mine.
Okay. We're not overdrawing ourselves. Well played. Thanks for checking it out, man. Alright, so yeah, that game we fully committed to the mill because it appeared that he was really trying to play a control game, especially when you see cards like big taunts, 0-7s, the Elise usually is a major sign that it's a control deck because that's a very, very slow card. I mean, it's like a 3-stage card. First you gotta play the Elise, which gives you the map. Then you gotta wait to get the map. Then you gotta play the map. And then you gotta wait to get the golden monkey. And then you gotta wait to probably, you know, well, you gotta wait until it's a good turn to play it. It's not always good to just decide right off the bat as soon as you get the monkey, oh, let's just play it and see what we get. Sometimes that's not the best strategy, so... Is this the same guy? No, it's a different warrior. I almost want to keep the heal bot just because of the high chance that it's a pirate warrior. I think we will. Speaking of that's the guy's name. Oh, I made a wrong decision. Okay, this is not good. In this particular case, we would definitely be going right for mill. But we don't have any mill cards, so... Next turn, we're probably going to coin Vilespine. I'm hoping he's playing the one that he just buffed. Next turn, looks like he is. Excellent. We guessed that one right, so let's reward ourselves. Sometimes we make the right decision, sometimes we don't.
Nobody, no.
Justice is mine.
Sharp gadget man steel.
Oh, I love it. Sometimes you just win by getting the opponent to tilt very hard. Good times. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream.
Maiev versus Thrall!
For Doomhammer.
None can escape my fury.
Ah, Shaman. I don't like Shaman. My dislike of Shaman goes deep. Very deep. Let's take this down. Wait. That's not what we want to do. This is the one we want.
Justice is mine.
Okay.
Justice is mine.
Anti-totem. That's a mid-range totem, I think. I mean,
Did you bring some
mid-range
fish?
shaman. Yep. Okay, he's thinking that we are completely Jade right now. He has no clue. Oh man. If there is any time that I can draw a Fan of Knives, it would be now. But no. Well, you know what?
I wonder.
The last time that I saw somebody play this, they had a bloodlust the next turn. So, why don't we throw this out there? Get some jades out. And minimize the amount of damage he can do.
What to do?
Oh my god, really? Now I need Fan of Knives. We're gonna have to dig for Fan of Knives, otherwise I think we're screwed. Oh my god, for real? Just try to get as many as possible.
Justice is mine.
He's trying hard for that bloodlust. I know he's got it. This is a filled the board up shaman and hit bloodlust next turn. We're 2 turns away from Bran Antique Healbot for a huge heal in case he does decide to pull it off. Oh, he's not liking that. Okay. Fair enough. Whoa! What up with that? I'm gonna have to pull this off.
Justice is mine.
I'm hoping I draw a Cold Light, because if I do, then we're gonna brand Cold Light, because he's still got a significant amount of cards in his hand, so we could mill quite a bit. Okay. I'm not understanding his deck yet, unless it's a bloodlust. Okay. It's a perfect sap target. We're gonna sap, okay. We're gonna sap first before we brand Cold Light, because if we sapped after, we would destroy it and it would just res itself. If we sap first, then we'll just send it back to his hand and the Death Rattle won't activate. Very important to make that distinction, otherwise we screw ourselves. Okay, now we can start milling.
My hand is too full.
Oh! And what did we mill?
My hand is too full.
A 4 mana 7/7. Perfect. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Can you put that death rattle on it again? Nope. Alright. This is what we're gonna do. Trade in there. Throw another minion out there on the board.
Justice is mine.
Draw some more cards. Yeah. I'm sure he's got another 4-mana 7/7, so we're gonna save the assassinate for that. I would like my Blood Mage Thalnos now, because he's definitely going for his Bloodlust very soon. 10, 11. We don't have enough yet. We got a healing totem though. Bloodlust. I mean not Bloodlust, Blood Mage. Blood Mage, come on. Where you at? Good grief. Well, we can double fan the knives, I guess. Alright, we're doing good. Against a shaman, no less. He's doing a really good job at surviving, though. I think we correctly called what he's trying to do, though. His strategy is definitely pull the board up, Bloodlust, and then... what do we got? 4 or 5? We don't have any eviscerates left either, so we're just gonna have to do it with damage on the board. Okay. Gotta draw some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Okay. Let's discount what we have in our hand. And we know this Hex was his second one because we milled the other one, so he's not going to have a whole lot to deal with that Emperor.
Did you bring some fish?
I'm thinking he's trying to go for the spell totem so he can portal. Nope, he didn't get it. Nope. Whoa! Okay. That could be a problem.
My shield for Argus!
Well played, sir. Flawless victory versus Shaman. Loving it. How many games have we played? 2? 3? I think 3. We're 3-0. With Jade/Mill Robe. Pick away and win with it.
Versus Valera!
Watch your step. None can escape my fury.
Alright, what do we got here? Another rogue named Asholio 666. Asholio. I'm thinking he's another mill rogue. Do we keep Bran? That's the question. The other two we're keeping for sure. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking, for fear of eviscerates, we keep him for a later turn where he can actually be used or get his value, his proper value, the same turn. Oh my goodness. We're starting great with the mill strategy. What you got, Asholio? You got face? That's it? Oh, he's a Jade. Okay, okay.
Justice is
Fair enough.
mine.
Now, normally I would be streaming till
I'm
probably
warning
about
you. I'm unstable.
11. See, why do people put this minion out there naked? Instead of waiting until I've got something on the board where it would be useful, because this minion is pretty valuable if it can actually pull off its death rattle against
Justice is
an
mine.
enemy minion. But if it can't, then what the heck? Alright, I've let him know what my strategy is. Nice.
Go ahead.
Nice.
Make my day.
I did.
Milrow really tilts people for some reason. I mean, there's a good possibility that you can actually win against the Mill Rogue. A Mill Rogue is not the most powerful deck out there. Even in Wild, it's not the most powerful. In a skilled player's hands, it can be pretty menacing and very frustrating to see some of your cards milled and stuff, but I have beat a Mill Rogue many times. Many times. There's a very simple strategy to beating a Mill Rogue, and that is
My head
hit his face.
versus Uther.
If he has no ability
Fight with
to drop an anti-heal
None can
bot,
escape my fury.
or hasn't drawn one, or doesn't draw one, then he's screwed. Because his whole strategy is to draw more and more cards, and if you're just dropping cards like crazy, you're just blah, throwing them out there, and then hitting his face and nothing else, you will probably beat a Mill Rogue. But for some reason, the whole losing your card thing just completely, like, gets under people's skin so much that they're like, I don't even want to face this. I can't stand this. So they just give up. This is definitely one of those mental kind of decks. I feel like Jade Druid is one of those mental kind of decks too, because as soon as you see that Jade go down, it's like, okay, well, I've lost the control game. Man, we're getting our mill cards in our opening hands like 2 or 3 games in a row. Oh, so anyway, I think I forgot, I like left off what I was saying. Normally I stream until about, on these scheduled streams, I'll be streaming from 9 to 11, somewhere around there. Maybe 11:30.
I wonder.
But tonight we'll make an exception and for sure go to 11:30, possibly 12, because of the first half hour of the stream being completely screwed up from technical difficulties on my end. Alright, so we've got a Murloc Paladin, which means he's going to be going face the whole time, and we will not win unless we draw all of our Jade stuff and Fan of Knives early, because the mill thing does not work with
Justice is mine.
with the Murloc Paladin. We're saving our backstabs and the Jade Shurikens for the bigger Murlocs, preferably the, what is it, the War Leader guy that gives everybody +2/+2. He's the most dangerous. There he is. There he is. Okay. This is what we're gonna do.
Justice is mine.
Turn 4, he's got us down 8 health. Fortunately, we have an antique heal bot in hand, so we're probably going to have to play that next turn. Hopefully he doesn't trade into it, because then we got to gang it up. Alright. We're going to do this, because we still got to play the heal bot. Actually, do we really? Yeah, we gotta play the heal bot. No, we don't. We don't have to play the heal bot. We may have to cold light gang it up. Ooh.
I don't have enough
We're
mana.
gonna do that.
Justice is mine.
Blood Mage Thalanos would be phenomenal. Oh god, now it wouldn't matter at all. I'm gonna have to do this.
Understand choppers are in the air. Okay, it's red sparks popping right now. Just tell me if you see a fire.
Okay, there's Assassinate. That's good. Alright, I'll do this.
Justice is mine.
We'll have to antique healbot next turn, but we can antique gang up. Holy crap! I think we're dead anyway. 9, yeah, 9.
Reporting for duty.
Good grief.
Smart moves. I concede.
See, there's really not a whole lot you can do against that. And like I was saying the last game, It's fairly simple to beat a mill rogue. I'm actually surprised that he traded a couple of times, especially being a Murloc Paladin. Because as a Murloc Paladin, you should be trying to get as much damage to face as you possibly can, because you know your opponent is just going to be concentrating on removing your Murlocs.
Mael versus Valera.
Watch your back.
Both gang
None
ups,
can
nice.
escape my fury.
We're going to hope for our Jade Swarmers early, if possible, because it looks like we may be able to go the Jade route this time. Now watch, the Jade Swarmers are going to be last ones in the deck. The salt is real, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad we got both gang ups in hand, because
Justice is
it's also
mine.
possible this is a mill rogue, and you kind of negate the other mill rogue's ability to kill you with fatigue if you're able to do both of your gang ups as well. So there's no advantage in amount of cards in the deck. Man, nothing so far.
Justice is mine.
This is perfect for him to start milling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he can mill a card if he drops a Cold Light right now. He can actually mill 4 cards, I think, if he drops Cold Light, Shadow Steps it, and drops it again. No, he's going to be greedy. Alright, Jade Swarmer, go. Fuck. Alright, so I guess we're just going to have to coin, drop Antique Killbot to empty our hand a bit.
Justice is mine.
We're really telegraphing that we've got nothing in our hands when we do that, though. Jade Swarmer, go. Wow. Really? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Justice
Fuck it.
is
We'll
mine.
We'll just see what he's got. We can't afford to really drop any of this stuff if we want to win. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can drop that.
Well played. Justice is mine.
He's for sure a mill rogue. Oh, he's that version of mill rogue. That's the slightly more aggressive version. Alright, cool. So we're gonna do this. That. And start milling the crap out of them.
My hand is too full.
Oh, a cold-blooded. Maybe he's not a mill rogue. Why is he playing so conservative then? We got both of our gang ups up, so or off, so we're good to go on the milling strategy. Six card
Drink
difference.
with me, friend.
Yeah, Youthful Brewmaster, a new bar ambusher. I mean, come on. That's for sure. That's for sure. There's a Shadow Step. Yeah, he's like playing some kind of mode. So he's got 8 cards. We're gonna mill another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we're not gonna mill anything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We can do some more.
My hand is too full.
Okay, and then we're gonna do this because we don't want to kill ourselves. And then we're good.
My hand is too full.
Oh wow, so many return to hand stuff. I don't understand. This is like the disadvantage. This is like the really expensive version of Mill Rogue. Mana expensive, not dust expensive. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, so for sure we got an Emperor here since we're full.
My hand is full.
Oh, that's fine. So we're gonna do this.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power!
Now if we drop a Cold Light here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we could mill again, but we might also draw a Shadow Step. Well, if we drew a Shadow Step, it still wouldn't matter. Okay, so let's just keep that. Okay.
I'll put it on your hand.
Okay. Seven cards. Here we go. Let's throw that down. Throw that down. Throw that down.
Justice is mine.
Got your other vanish? No. Okay. If I draw Bran, then I could make this potentially even worse for him. Nope, can't make him pay yet. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and draw. There's the Bran. This is a hard game to determine how you might mill yourself. 5 card difference. We're still doing fairly well. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, he's got game note too. This could be interesting. 5, 6, 7. Not enough to kill him. So...
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Now, if we drop full light again, we would mill ourselves. And I don't really want to mill my Aya Black Paw. Although if he uses his other banish, now he can do that. Okay. Good game. Nice. Having fairly good luck with this deck. 11 and 6 so far. That's a 65% win rate with Jade Rogue. I'm gonna go get another beer, and I shall be right back. So don't go away.
Let's go to the bar, take some shots of whiskey and just get free. Let's go to the club and take these capsules of space. I don't want to play my fight. You can be my summer love. You can be my summer love. You can be my summer love. You can be my summer lover.
And we're back. Welcome back to some more Hearthstone. We've been playing with the Jade Rogue, which has the mill element to it as well, so we can win via mill, which we've actually been doing more often than winning with Jade. But we can also win with Jade as well. Located, hidden, deep within the deck, there is a way of winning with OTK as well. It's very complicated. It's probably the most complicated combo I've ever played in the game. And I'd like to say I'm a bit of an OTK specialist because I just love that feeling that you get whenever you're able to pull off one of those intricate combo things. Not the cheating ones where, you know, it's just like you drop a big minion, put power overwhelming on it, and then go face, like Leroy Jenkins power overwhelming. That's a good finisher, but that's not like a full-on OTK, and it doesn't require any, you know, complicated combos or setup or anything like that. It just requires you have those 2 cards in your hand and your opponent be down to a specific amount of health. So what I'm talking about is the really hard to pull off ones, which means they obviously aren't that great at having an amazing win percentage, but they're still extremely satisfying to pull off. Extremely satisfying. This is one of those. Obviously, we've been winning with Mill and sometimes Jade, but within the deck, because we have a specific combination of cards, we can also pull off an OTK. There's no guarantee we'll ever be able to pull it off because the setup for it is extensive. But basically, you would be using both of your shadow steps. Let's go full screen for this. I need to explain this. You would be using both of your shadow steps. You'd be using Leper Gnome. That's 3 cards. You'd be using Bran. That's 4 cards. You'd be using Baron Rivendare. That's 5 cards. And you'd be using both Unearthed Rafters. 7 cards. Yes, they all add up to way more than 10. So what you gotta do is have all 7 cards in hand and then drop Emperor. So that is 2 for Bran, 3 for Baron Rivendare, 2 for Unearthed Raptor, another 2 for Unearthed Raptor, and then you're dropping a 1-cost Unearthed Raptor again. That's 10. And essentially what happens is, you actually, you know what, this is without Baron. Baron is just like an activator for, I screwed this up. Let's start over again. All right, here we go. No Baron this time. So you've got 2 Shadow Steps, Bran, 2 Unearthed Raptors, and Eviscerate. I think that's the combo here. And the Leper Gnome. There we go. Still, that's what confused me. It's still 7 cards. It's a 7-card combo without Baron Rivendare. Okay, so let's say you have 6 of the 7 cards in your hand. You can go ahead and Emperor then. So let's say we didn't have the Leper Gnome in our hand when we did the discount. So that's going to be a 2-cost Bran, a 2-cost Unearthed Raptor, another 2-cost Unearthed Raptor, 2 more plays of Unearthed Raptor, and then a 1-cost for the Leper Gnome when you get him. So that's 9. You don't have to worry about anything else. Essentially what you do, the Eviscerate, which is the 10. Okay? So you have to have 6 of the 7 cards in your hand to be discounted, and one of the ones that you're missing can't be... Actually, it could be Shadow Step. So essentially, since that's the 10 cost, what you do is you drop the Leper Gnome, and then you drop Bran, and then you drop the Unearthed Raptor and copy the Leper Gnome. Now what this does is it copies the deal 2 damage to the enemy hero Death Rattle from the Leper Gnome twice. So that's 4 damage to the enemy when that Unearthed Raptor dies. Then you drop the next Unearthed Raptor and you copy the previous Unearthed Raptor. That copies the double copy twice. So that second Unearthed Raptor has 8 damage whenever it dies. Then you take a Shadow Step and you take the first Unearthed Raptor, and then you copy the second Unearthed Raptor that copied the first Unearthed Raptor. So this third Unearthed Raptor will copy the 8 damage twice. So that one has 16. Are you getting what I'm saying here? Then you Shadow Step again, the second Unearthed Raptor, and you copy the third Unearthed Raptor. So that last Unearthed Raptor has 32 damage that it pulls off when it dies. And then you eviscerate that Unearthed Raptor. So it's all pulled off the same turn. It still counts as an OTK. And then you also have the previous Unearthed Raptor, which can also do another 16. And then you have the Leper Gnome, which can do another 2. So that is 32 plus 16 is 48, plus 2 is 50. 50 possible damage, not counting the damage that those minions can actually do to the face. Also, if we also have Baron Rivendare in our hand, the next turn we could drop him and then run a minion into another minion or something like that, and then double whatever that Unearthed Raptor had. It's a ridiculous amount of damage from the Death Rattle due to Bran, but it's also extremely complicated to pull off and very hard to have exactly those cards drawn, exactly those cards discounted, and exactly enough room on the board to pull it off and all that kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of other variables that can prevent it. Like if you couldn't eviscerate that last... I've had this happen before. I thought I pulled off the whole combo, except I didn't have the eviscerate in my hand to immediately kill that minion. Playing a mage, when it became his turn, he polymorphed it. Ruined my whole combo right there. So there's all kinds of variables that can make that not work. So it's incredibly rare, but incredibly satisfying if you can pull off that combo. That's why we don't depend on it. It's there, but we don't depend on it. What we depend on is either winning via mill or Jade, which does happen more often than not. Like I said earlier, we're at 65%, 11 and 6, not too awfully bad. Alright, that was a very long explanation, but at least you have an idea of what can be done in the deck. And that's really the only reason that I added the Leper Gnome. Everything else in the deck has a utility that can work off of something else. You can use the Unearthed Raptors on the Jade Swarmer to pull out more Jades, which is more than likely most of the time what I do. You can use the Gang Ups on the Unearthed Raptors to have more bigger minions that also pull out more Jades. You can do the whole mill thing with Cold Light and Gang Ups. You can throw out Baron Rivendare to pull out more Jades if you've got a Swarmer or two on board. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with the mill/Jade stuff. So if you were to ever want to pull off the combo, what you would just have to remember is you can't use your Shadow Steps on anything else. You can't use your Unearthed Raptors on anything else. And this guy's got Prince Malkazar, so we gotta win with Jade, and if he's a Jade Druid, then we're probably screwed. Unless we get an earlier Jade board. So yeah, even that's the thing I like about this deck is it's not dependent on the combo and it's not built around the combo. The cards that you have to use in the combo, such as Shadow Step and Bran and the Unearthed Raptors and all that kind of stuff, still have utility in other strategies. They've all got utility with the mill aspect, and they've got utility with the Jade aspect. So that's what I like about this deck.
Time waits for no one.
Did he just AFK? Dude, you basically beat me right off the bat just by having Prince Malkazar in your deck.
A natural mistake.
Oh, he's just doing the BM thing. I think we just throw that out there. The reason we throw it out early is so hopefully it stays alive long enough.
Justice is mine.
Now he can technically coin swipe, but that would be like way overkill.
Do you hear its call? Listen closely.
Alright, so we are going to get a little bit of an early Jade board, assuming that he doesn't swipe here.
Justice is mine.
Because I'm going to throw out a Baron Rivendare, and that's going to pull us out a 2/2 and a 3/3. So anything Jade from here on out, it's going to
All realities, all dimensions,
it's going to be very good. We may chance a Bran Cold Light just to see if we can get a Shadow Step.
I protect the swarm.
Your minions will abandon you.
Okay, yeah, we definitely can't mill him. For sure can't mill him. There's the Shadow Step. Then the question is, do we really want a Bran? Probably not. See, now what I'm thinking is we have 4 of our OTK cards in our hand, and he's definitely wanting to play the long game. So I'm just wondering, should we try for the OTK? Basically, we're fighting against a lot of different things here, which is he can't get Cthulhu. He can't develop a huge Jade board, which he's already doing. This is not good. There's another combo piece. That's 5 combo pieces. So essentially, we need Eviscerate and Shadow Step. And then we just need to wait for Emperor. So that's 3 cards we need to get out of 18. And we'll probably be dead before then, but screw it.
Justice is mine.
Keep it quick, kid. I ain't got all day.
What? Oh, that's a cool strategy. That is a very cool strategy. There's game.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, we're not. We're not doing very well with this whole wait for the other cards thing. And he knows we've got this whole mill thing set up, so. Oh man. Yeah, he's going. He knows the drill. Needs an activator though, which means that destroys my whole combo. Well, I guess we gotta try for Jade at this point.
Justice is mine.
This is a way uphill battle. Way uphill. I really don't know what we're gonna do here.
Magic detected.
I guess I could have just went ahead and did the leper gnome. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, we still would have needed a discount for that, so yeah, we're done. Too bad. Well played, sir. Your minions are too strong for me.
I concede.
Just with that loss, our 65% went down to 61%. It's not good. Oh yeah, I need to double check this chat covering the actual board.
Mayer versus Valera.
Okay, so let's just look at the actual video.
None can escape my fury.
Do that. Okay. Definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to start out with the mill strategy. See if we can work our way into Jades. Welcome back, Joe. Just saw your chat there. Not sure when it was sent, but thanks for watching the first stream and checking to make sure everything's good and all that. Apologize for the technical difficulties to start out with. That was just a really stupid mistake on my part. I was overthinking it, thinking that I had something wrong in my Windows sound settings, or something wrong in XSplit or something like that, but wound up being a minimized Chrome window that had the DeadlyDads page open, and so every time I started the stream, it would loop because I'd be getting the sound from the DeadlyDads stream, and then I'd be streaming that out, and then I'd be getting the double stream and streaming that out, and it just went on from there. Is this the same guy from earlier? When do we have two different people playing at a new bar ambusher the same night? Seems weird. I think we're gonna keep our Jade stealth. It's gonna be better that way. Just hope for him not having a fan of knives. And if he does, oh well. Dude! Attack with your weapon! Unless you get... Oh, he's one combo, okay.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah, I got you. Double combo. Now he's hoping I don't have fan of knives. Fair enough. Okay, alright, we're gonna gang this up so we can trade in.
Justice is mine.
But obviously we're not gonna get one of the unearthed raptors. We're in a desperate control for the board here, so I really love killing these guys when it doesn't have a weapon up, because it really ruins the value of what it is. And this minion is awesome. This actually is the only change that I made to this deck from when I made it up back in Gadget Zan. I had 2 assassinates in the deck, and I took 1 out for this minion, because it's essentially the same thing, except you also get a minion on the board, except you have to combo it with something else. So, okay. That could be a viable strategy against Jades.
Justice is mine.
So he's gonna have 3 more of those, at least. It looks like we're gonna have to win with Jade. Or the OTK is still viable at this point. I haven't
running the program.
Messed up any of those cards yet. So we're gonna have to pull a Leper Gnome, and Eviscerate, and both Unearthed Raptors to pull off the OTK. And then we're also going to have to discount them with Emperor Thorson. Okay, interesting.
Justice is mine.
We gotta really preserve this assassinate for something that's really scary. Right now we're not worried too much about our health. And since he already put that poison on the weapon, he's not really gonna be worried too much about using the weapon unless he's scared about. He may use it on that 2-2 to preserve his 3-3 on the board. Yep. At least that uses one of the charges. That cold leg would be useful for us right now. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you save the coin for instances like this. Now the question is, do we unstealth this minion? There's an argument for if we don't pull off the OTK, Unearthed Raptoring it, because this is our last. No, it's not. We oh yeah, that's right. We gang upped. I totally forgot about that. So we can afford unstealthing. Yeah, we got 2 more Jade Swarmer. I thought that was my last Jade Swarmer. This game may actually be slow enough to pull off the OTK. So we're preserving our OTK cards in the hopes that we might actually pull it off. Still need Leper Gnome. Oh yeah, we used both of our eviscerates, so we can't OTK the same turn. We can still have all of the minions on board that pulls off the OTK, but we can't eviscerate the last minion as soon as we drop him. So let's say he has Vanish, that could screw us up, but I'm thinking not. Maybe he has 1 Vanish. He's probably going to take out Aya. He's for sure got one of his Vile Spines in his hand. He's got to. I mean, come on. Hey Psycho, just saw your message in the Deadly Dads chat. I could probably switch to HOTS after this game. Okay, so if I trade in, I get a 5/5, but then he can go 4 damage into it. So...
think.
Yeah, I can switch to HOTS after this game.
Think.
He's low on health, so I'm just gonna try to
Justice is mine.
push for a little bit of damage. If I get an Unearthed Raptor, I'm gonna forego the OTK route, and we're going to brand Unearthed Raptor the Jade, because he's probably got to avoid killing it, because it's going to pull out a 5/5 and be a huge threat to his health. So wow, that was a non-turn from him. So really hoping for Unearthed Raptor at this point, or Cold Light, or Anti-Kill Bot. Any one of those would work. Alright, well, we get another one of those.
Justice is mine. Justice is mine.
We still have our OTK stuff preserved. If we get Unearthed Raptor, we can still pull it off. He's got 2 more Vile Spines, which he probably has in hand right now. He hasn't used any Shadow Steps, so he could Shadow Step that Vile Spine if he wanted. I can only do 3 damage to his face next turn. Okay.
Yeah, beat it.
That's his push right there. And I think that's enough. I think you got me.
Swarm. Swarm.
Justice is mine.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
That was certainly a very interesting game. That's like one of the ones I was talking about earlier,
Well
where
played.
The
Well
whole
played.
game is like a chess game, and you're really trying to outguess and outmaneuver the other person the whole time. And like, his deck is really interesting. Like, I like his version of. He had his own version of
Well
Jade
played.
/ Mill, which is pretty awesome. Wasn't like mine. He had some more expensive minions and more weapon-centric stuff. But still pretty cool. I don't understand why he made certain card choices, because like if you've got the mill, like he had the mill cards in there. He had that 5/5 minion that could bring a minion back into your hand. He had the gang ups. He had a cold light in there. But then he made choices like having a sprint in there. Like, there's no reason, if you're going to have a mill strategy going on in your deck, there is absolutely no reason for you to have that much card draw. That's going to be a dead card in your hand the entire game. And you're going to screw up your entire mill strategy with that. Plus he had the Jade thing too, so I would most certainly take out the Sprint. I didn't see any preps in there either, so plus he had the Mimic Pods, that's more draw. So he was kind of screwing up his own strategy. He won with the strategy of the Bile Fins. Is that the name? I forgot what it was. But those essentially destroyed all of the damage that my Jades could do. So that's how he won. But he couldn't have won with the whole mill strategy because he was screwing up his whole amount of cards that he had left in his deck. So, anyway, it's been great. I'm going to go switch over to some Heroes of the Storm. Appreciate you tuning in for the evening. And be sure to tune in to our new channel. I'm streaming from my channel right now, Original Alien 1, but it's being hosted right now by a new channel that I've created with several friends of mine called DeadlyDads, and you can find it at twitch.tv/DeadlyDads, all one word. Basically, we are dads that like to play games, and various games, so if you are interested in maybe having different types of games every night, it's not going to be always Hearthstone. It can be something else. It could be Heroes of the Storm. It could be that soccer car game that I can't think the name of right now. Could be that game. Could be Diablo 3. Could be Overwatch. Could be a non-Blizzard game. I have a whole library of games that I could get to. I've got the Batman games. I've got No Man's Sky, which is fun to play. I've got all of the Elder Scrolls games. I've got some other MOBAs that I'd like to try out. And lots of RPG games, which is my favorite kind to play. I've got lots of classic games, like from way back in the day. Today is, I believe, the 16th anniversary of the release of Max Payne. I remember playing those back in the day. Those were awesome. Max Payne 1, 2, and 3. Great games. I've got those. Lots of different games. We've got a great year coming up with games. Good stuff getting released for current games. Mid-August is release for the next expansion pack for Hearthstone, so be on the lookout for gameplay for that. I've got I'm 25 gold short of 13,000 gold saved up for getting packs for that. Plus I got the pre-order 50 packs, so we'll hopefully be able to have a stream where I do pack openings for the new expansion. That'll be fun. And then try to figure out some new strategies for what you can do with basically it's new heroes that we're getting that have new hero powers. So that'll be fun. Everybody will have their own version of Jiraxis, basically. So anyway, I'm off to Heroes of the Storm. I won't be streaming that. I'm just going to be hanging out with some friends. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for bearing with all of the technical difficulties. We're going to have a lot more good streaming coming up the rest of the week. Make sure you remember twitch.tv/DeadlyDads. And several other dads will be streaming throughout the week. My nights will be Monday and Thursday, but we've got other dads coming on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we may randomly be on the weekends. So with that, Have a wonderful day.